Hello, everyone. This is Noemi Banchi, and we are broadcasting from the Blue Mountains in New South Wales, very close to Sydney in Australia. We are here talking about the real masters, and I have a story. Have you heard about Madame Blavatsky, Elena Petrovna Blavatsky? Haven't you? Oh, okay. So she was an Ukrainian who went to a few different countries. But the thing is, she was working face to face, bis to bis, with the ascended some of the ascended masters. The thing is, she wasn't challenging these kind of things, like, for example, I hear that Saint Germain says no, these kind of things, no, because if Saint Germain has something to say, he will say it. He doesn't need messengers. So she was so sick of people who couldn't believe her that she was working with them. She has a very strong character. So she said she was a Moria's student. She said, "Look, I'm sick of people who don't believe me. I want you to take a photo with me." So there is on internet, there is a photo of her with Lord Kuthumi, Lord Moria, and Saint Germain. So we are going to talk about here real masters. When you read these real masters, and it has two connotations. One is about, okay, the a real, so like real is tangible, you can touch them, you can see them, they are breathing, they are moving, they well, you can see them basically, like you can see me. And another connotation is real master, means they are really experts in their field. So for that reason, they are real masters. So we are here studying this book, Unveiled Mysteries by Guy Ballard, and Visible Saint Germain by Ruben Cedeño, who wrote some comments of Unveiled Mysteries, because in Unveiled Mysteries, Guy Ballard explained all his livings, all that the situations that he lived with Saint Germain, and all the teaching that Saint Germain said to him. So then he wrote the book, and Ruben wrote the comments because he went to the places where we see, for example, do you remember some of the places we mentioned? We mentioned Mitla in Mexico. We mentioned the Royal Teton. We mentioned a few places where they went, and well, so Ruben Cedeno explains a little bit more in more detail about this. And Ruben took pedagogically speaking, took or extracted from the Guy Ballard's book, the content of the book. The whole part, of the, it's like it's a literature. So he explains in a very nice way. So Ruben took pedagogically speaking, he took the content of Saint-Germain's teaching. So let's begin. Saint-Germain says, the great ascended masters of love, light, and perfection have guided the expansion of the light in humanity. They are not sitting on a cloud, smoking, no, watching TV, drinking beer. No. They are working, and they are working for humanity. They are real, visible, tangible, glorious, living, breathing beings of such love, wisdom, and power as to stagger the imagination of the person in the outer world. Well, as you see, Saint-Germain has a very nice way to express himself in this. The person of the outer world. Well, who is that person? What do you think? Well, that person can be you, me, everyone on earth. A human being. So they are living, breathing. You can touch them. They are real. They are not part of imagination or someone else. So Saint-Germain continues. Saint-Germain says, the great ascended masters are the guardians of the race. What race? Human race. Again, he is talking about us. So they are the guardian of us. As various grades of teachers are provided to guide the development of the individual's growth from childhood to maturity and then beyond, so do the ascended masters of perfection exist to educate and help the individual, that he too may expand his consciousness beyond ordinary human expression. Well, what he is saying? Well, he is saying basically that even if a person needs to study, and I would like to ask you, how many teachers through your whole life have you been with? And we start from kindergarten, primary school, high school, university, or TAFE, or any other course that you have been through. All of them were part of your education. Well, and they were a lot. Yeah, well, in that case, the Ascended Masters provide education not just to learn math or history or geography, or even to be to perform something like do a job that you want to study, to become a lawyer, a teacher, a science, a doctor, a priest, whatever you want to study. No, they teach to expand your consciousness beyond the ordinary man, human expression. How does that sound? For me, it sounds amazing because you can really learn beyond, not just, and this is something like happened in my life. I grew up like everyone else, you know, my family, mom and dad, my siblings, in a beautiful house, in a beautiful town in Argentina. I passed all my exams. I went through kindergarten, primary school, secondary, high school, and after university, I was wondering, okay, well, but for sure there is something else. For sure there is something else than, you know, eat, sleep, work, go shopping. Yeah, the kind of things like we normally do on a regular basis. But there should be something else. And that answer, I found it in metaphysics. So what the ascended masters teach. So beyond that, so what is beyond that? Even have a relationship, have friends, go to the cinema, have your new phone. But what else? So it should be something else, not just, round and around. Beyond that. What is beyond that? Well, the ascended master. So beyond that, what is? Well, became an ascended master. So the ascended master is an individual who by self-conscious effort has generated enough love and power within himself to snap the chains of all human limitation, and so he stands free and worthy to be trusted with the use of forces beyond those of human experience. So once you learn all the basic things about human, like having a house, a car, a job, a family, relationships, and then you maintain that, okay, well, what's next? Well, the next is by self-conscious effort. Nobody can touch you, point and say, okay, you will be the next ascended master. No, is a decision. In this case, is similar to when someone someone was born, and then after a while they say, well, but I was born because I didn't want to come here, and just my parents did something, what, and so for that reason I'm here. But no, this is a wrong idea, because everyone has free will. So if you are on earth breathing with a body, means that you decided to be born. And this is a good, if you like movies, you may watch this Soul. I think it's Soul. This just Soul, not this Soul. Soul, Soul, and you will find the answer that you were born because you wanted. So the same with who can be an ascended master? Those who want it. Simple as it's not difficult. In metaphysics, nothing is difficult. Everything is simple. And the other thing is, you cannot wait for someone. So it's your job, is your decision, your effort, like Saint Germain says, to become an ascended master. So let's see. Let's see some examples here. So for example, Lord Kuthumi, let me show you. Lord Kuthumi, he decided to become an ascended master. And Lord Moria, he also decided to work. And Saint Germain. And just to mention some. And when they work, so they make an effort to incarnate God's virtue. So, for example, Lord Gothomi works for the second golden ray, which is all about religion, intelligence, wisdom, discipline. Well, discipline is discipline. No, intelligence, wisdom, observation, discrimination. And Lord Moria works for the first ray, the blue ray. And the blue is related to power, decision, goodwill. And Saint Germain, well, he decided to become a being of freedom, to incarnate freedom itself. So management and delight. The ascended master feels himself the onus of omnipresent God life. When we talk about God, well, what are we talking about? Well, we are talking about the things such as my clothes. The clothes I'm wearing is God. The light, the lamp, which is in front of me, is God. And also the plants, the water, the mountain. That is God life. God is not a being like a superhuman sitting on a cloud deciding who is going to punish next or reward on him. No. God is synonym of life. So we can also say totality of life. God is the being as well as the 7 principles and the 7 virtues. And when we say, for example, Saint Germain is God liberty, well, we are not saying that there are many gods. There is only one God. But when someone like Saint Germain evolves in a such way, then he represents, or he is himself, liberty. So the same liberty as if we are talking about God, like God as liberty, or Saint Germain as liberty, we are talking about the same. So for that reason we say God liberty, the title. Goddess Ganesha, Lakshmi. Okay, they are not gods and goddess. We just call Lakshmi as goddess because she represents fortune, provision, prosperity. She herself is prosperity. It's the same as saying God prosperity, well, Lakshmi. So the Ascended Master, they are not separate from the rest. Like you think you're separate from your neighbor, you think you're separate from people like have different ideas, different religion, different sex. You think, oh no, they're different. Well, no, actually, if you develop oneness, oneness, like one God. So the Ascended Master feels himself the oneness, oneness of omnipresent God life. Hence, all forces and things obey his command because he is a self-conscious being of free will, controlling all by the manipulation of the light within himself. This was written in 1930. So when Galbala was reading this book, there was not such a thing as inclusive language. So he just mentioned himself, but we're talking about in inclusive language will be they themselves. And well, what do you understand about this? Just the title, Management and Delight. You can control the situations, you can control situations in your life by the manipulation of the light within you. But to be in that level, you need to realize the oneness of omnipresent God life. You cannot give power. So let's talk about an example. There is a person who is with an appearance of illness. We don't say illness because the appearance means that it's not real. Okay. And when I mean not real, I'm not saying imaginary. Like, oh, the person is thinking that they have pain, but they don't have pain. No. The pain is there. It's just that the pain can go away. Pain is not constant sometimes. So if it comes and goes, mean it's not real. So if I have my jumper or my dress and the dress is there, it doesn't disappear and then come here. It's there. So with these conditions, they can disappear while they are not real. And if the person wants to heal, you cannot so you cannot focus on illness and health at the same time because you are not going to heal. So you need to focus on health and repeat, I am health, and think, I am health, and feel, I am health, and say, I am health or healthy. And what the action is, okay, I do my treatment. Free will. So everyone has free will, and even God respects that. When are you going to control your situations in your life? When you want, whenever you want, because you have free will. Manipulation of the light. But let's first ask the dictionary what manipulation means. Okay? Okay, because we have management and manipulation. So management is the activity of controlling something or of using or dealing with something in a way that is effective. So you're effectively controlling something. That is management. So you can manage your life, the partner you want, the job you want, the physics, the appearance you want, the car you want, the clothes you want, the food you want to eat. You can control that. Now, what is manipulation? Using something often with a lot of skill. So you're an expert with what? Manipulation of what? Or management of what? The light. So when you learn how to use the light, that we call the light, we call the 7 rays. 7 aspects of the totality of life. And so you start learning how to develop in your life being safe, for example. And you develop power, making decisions. You learn or you develop the virtue of being intelligent. You develop the virtue of being inclusive or loving. You develop the virtue of being harmonious. And you develop the virtue of being healthy and prosperous and transmuting things. Then you're manipulating light. And I'm sharing with you this because it came to my mind the very, very first time I heard about metaphysics. I didn't hear the word metaphysics. I think I was 16, 17 years old. And a friend of mine told me, hey, Noemi, you know that my aunt is doing something with lights, 7 lights. And she's doing something. And I remember that when he told me that, first of all, I said, okay, maybe his aunt is a little bit crazy. But at the same time, I say, okay, but what is doing? What can she do? So it was like, yeah, and the comment was for me in standby. A few years later, I read the book by Connie Mendes about metaphysics, 4-in-1, and then I was start reading again about the lights, and I thought, I remember my friend when he told me about the lights. So, and here Saint Germain is saying that as an ascended master manipulates the lights. So by manipulating the light, so you can change things, transform. Saint Germain continues. Humanity, in its ignorance and limitation, presumes to pass judgment upon and express various opinions about Jesus and many others of the ascended host. That practice is one of the most binding things it can indulge in, for in such activity, the criticism and judgment sent forth in this way simply return to its generator. And thus, mankind is bound more tightly to its self created suffering and limitation. The first noble truth that Gautama taught or explained is suffering exists. People suffer. Everyone in different levels. Some because they have an appearance. Remember to say appearance of illness, and well, they go treatment after treatment to heal. People who, you know, um, they want to improve their financial situation, so they want to improve and change for a new job or study to increase their income and try to save money doing this and doing that, or invest money and blah blah blah. Some others are with relationships, so they want to have friends or they want to have a partner, so and they don't know how to meet someone and these kind of things. There are others who, they want to forgive people that hurt them, but they still feel angry when they remember the situation, and that causes also suffering and limitation. So whatever happened, think of the law of causation. Sorry, the law of cause and effect. The law of cause and effect is about every effect has a cause and every cause has an effect. And we can change those situations, like I mentioned, or any situation, with the quadrant of causation, which is composed of 4 elements: your mind, your feelings, your words, and your actions. And then you can use that quadrant of causation to generate more suffering because you criticize the ascended masters or whoever, or you decide to use the quadrant of causation for your own good. So in a good way, in a positive way. And at the end of the day, it's not your business. Whatever Jesus did or said, or your neighbor did or say, is not your business. So you should be focused on yourself. Because you don't really know why the other person does that, or what is the reason behind that. Well, here is an image of Master Jesus. Well, Saint Germain continues. If human beings could see their own thoughts, feelings, and words go out into the atmosphere upon the ethers, gather and gather more of their kind, and return, they will scream for deliverance. Thoughts and feelings are living, pulsating things. So even if you say, well, but I'm not going to do anything, it's just my thought, even that is uh, you should be aware of the thoughts can create, and they are living things. How? Well, let me say, and I always do this example because for me it's the most practical one. Lift your hand. Someone says the other day, which one? Say, okay, the right one. So, okay, what do you need to do to move your hand? You move your muscles, you move your tendons, ligaments, bones. How? What do you have to do before that? Think. You need to think. And then you decide if you want to move or not. And then you want to. But so your thought and your feeling of, okay, I want to, that combines and creates a movement. So first is the thought. If you're sitting on a chair, someone had to think of that chair, and then the chair became a chair. The same with this lamp, the same with this phone, the same with everything. First, the thought. So for that reason, the thoughts and feelings are really important. And you might say, okay, but what I'm going to do with all the things I've I was thinking all the time. Well, the first thing is say this decree, because the decree is to clean your mind by saying, I take the power away from you. Let's say you're talking about typical examples. Let me give you example of when you can apply this. You want to buy a new pair of shoes, and you are looking in the shop, and of course you like the best ones, you like the more expensive ones. Well, but you are with someone else, you are with a friend, you are, or even your own thoughts, and you say, oh, but it's too expensive. Well, that is a thought that you don't want. So you say, I take the power away from you. You don't want to think that it's too expensive. Think like a millionaire. They don't think that it's too expensive. Because if they think that it's too expensive, they don't buy it. And millionaires like to buy expensive things. Because they are good. Like Emmett Fox says, always the best. The best food, the best clothes, the best car, the best place in the opera house, the best, always the best. Well, and you want to get a degree and you have an exam, and then you say, okay, well, but I'm not good enough, I'm not intelligent, or I don't like to study. Well, I take the power away from you. You are going to delay that. You're going to start the study. You can study in many ways. Some people like to read, some people like to listen to a audiobook or something, a recording. Some people like to, write. So many ways that you can do it. But the negative thoughts, you say, I take the power away from you. What about a feeling like anger? Say, I'm so angry all the time. Well, you will say, I take the power away from you. Firm. Not angry, firm. Or anxiety. Anxiety is when someone is thinking or worry about the future. So I take the power away from you. What about depression? People are taking medication for depression. Say, well, depression is because you are thinking of the past. I take the power away from you. Do you know I will bring some sayings from different movies because I have two here. One, it says, past is history. Future is a mystery. But today is a gift. For that reason, it's called the present. This is from Kung Fu Panda. Kung Fu Panda. Now, the other one is, people say, all right, well, when you say this, okay, you say, I take the power away from you. Okay, I will try. No. Do or do not. There is no try. Which movie is that? Star Wars. Yes. Have you seen what is the character? Tiny one. Master. Yoda. Yoda. Well, so you can say, I take the power away from you. You can say it, you can think. You know, all this, some people on TV are talking about bullying. Okay, even with bullying, you don't give power to what others says. So you say, I take the power away from you. I don't care. Saint Germain continues. There is a way by which an intensely earnest and determined student may make contact with one of them, but that can only be through the activity of enough love and discipline of the personality. It's not like, okay, I want to satisfy my curiosity and I want to see an ascended master, so I want them to come here. No, they are not going to waste their time. It's like, oh, I want to meet the I don't know, the president of France. Well, you can. So at least you are another president or prime minister. You can. So they are busy. They are working. They have their own schedule, and so it's not going, oh yeah, I want to see them, say hi. No. If you're a politician and then you need to be involved in their work, well, there might be a possibility that you meet them. Otherwise, no way. When some of those individuals who study life and the laws of the universe, let's stop here. Who study life and the laws of the universe? People who studied metaphysics. Because in metaphysics we study about law. The 7 universal law, which are the laws of the universe. We study about the 7 rays. and life. And if you say life as is God, God is life, in metaphysics there are three branches: God, the human being, and the knowledge itself. So, when someone studies who study life and the laws of the universe more deeply than the mass of Earth's children, become aware of the fact that there are ascended masters. They often desire to go to these great ones for instruction. So yeah, now you know about Saint Germain, and you know about maybe you already knew about Jesus, but maybe you know about Lord Moria, and then you are, oh, so good, and then you want to meet them. Well, the person who seeks to contact an ascended master, Saint Germain says, without the preparation needed to gradually attune his own outer structure and mind, is in the same position a child in kindergarten would be were he to see a college professor and insist on learning the ABC under him. Well, a professor is not going to teach in a kindergarten, of course. They have different techniques, different pedagogy, so they are completely different. No way. So if you want to study with a professor, well, you need to be an university student. You cannot start learning A, B, C to be able to speak. All right. So what I said, when we talk about those who study life and the laws of the universe, what are the general goals of metaphysics? Let's have a look. Number one, being positive. And that is what we just said today about taking the power away from everything that is not positive. So that is the first thing. Second, the inner self. When we talk about, for example, and this is what Saint Germain says, I don't want people worshiping me. No, that happened with Master Jesus. They overlooked the teaching and they just were focused on just Jesus as the Son of God, instead of remember that what the works I do, you can do greater. So your inner self, that is the development. This is what we study in metaphysics. The number three, the seven rays. And we talk about already about the seven rays, the seven universal principles. Today we talk about one of them, which is the principle of cause and effect. And we talk the forgiveness. Forgiveness is the key for liberation, to set you free. Forgive. Let it go. Number six, the purpose which the masters know and serve. And this is where is, well, we don't want to see master just for the sake of seeing them, say, hey, hello. No, we want to work with them. We want to work with them for, do you remember what we said at the beginning? They work for who? Humanity. For whom? Humanity. And seven, facilitate metaphysics. Talk about metaphysics. And do you know this master? He is Master Dual Cool, or K, Master K. K, sorry, Master K. DK, DK Master. The Tibetan. Master Dual Cool knows the is the person is the from the ascended masters, is the one who knows the most about the laws, and he worked with Alice Bailey, and he conveyed this prayer, the Great Invocation, which is not related to any religion, is a prayer that we can say anytime, in any place. There is not any specific time during the day. You can say it any time. So, and it has the expression that we say, the purpose which the masters know and serve. So we can say it all together. Decree this. Oh, sorry. All right. The Great Invocation. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of men. Let light descend on earth. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of men. May Christ return to earth. From the center, where the will of God is known, let purpose guide the little wills of men, the purpose which the masters know and serve. From the center which we call the race of men, let the plan of love and light work out, and may it seal the door where evil dwells. Let light and love and power restore the plan on earth. Self-correction and control of the forces within the use of human consciousness is not the work of a moment, nor a path of easy lethargy and self-gratification. So, yes, there is a lot of work. It's like when your house is so messy that you need to clean, tidy up everything, a lot of work to do, and it's going to take time. Okay, so that is you. So you will take your time now to tidy up, clean up all the negativity. So it's not going to be one or twice. It's going to be like it's not a moment. It's a work. But if they could do it, we can. I don't see why not. The saying, Saint Germain says, the saying that many are called but few are chosen is very true. Everyone can connect with their inner self. They just need to sit down, take a moment, and just connect with the inner self. They need to study the 7 laws, the 7 rays, and apply it in every situation in their lives. Now, who wants to do that? Who is really awake to do that? That is another story. Well, thank you very much. And just to share with you about the donation. So these activities are for free, and there's no cost for that. But if you feel that you want to give a donation to cover the cost to help to expand this teaching. In the link below, there is some information. And by the way, talking about the law of cause and effect, many people want to be rich, prosperous. So, what is the way? Is there any secret? Yes, and let me tell you what: giving. Give, give, give. That is the way that you are prosperous. The more you give, the more you receive. Is that law? Don't believe me. So, what do you do is when you give something, you bless. So, when you, let's say, for example, with the donation, we donate money. So, we say, I bless this donation. Thank you, Father. That's it. If you receive money, so I bless my prosperity. If you pay something, I bless your prosperity. That's simple. All right. And see you next time. Bye for now.